It is a beautiful early March morning and the sun is shining. It is a Wednesday and this is the first time we've seen the sun in England since about August last year. And I've been running around in various different Volvos. My 850, which is a GLT, which has a sunroof. The T5, which is a nice spec car, which has a sunroof. And today I've jumped in this one and I'm thinking, I could really do with a sunroof. I've reached a Dub Shop Automotive and they've got some pretty cool machines around here. So I'm going to see if these guys can help me get a bit more air into my car, a bit more sunlight on my head for days when I'm slightly hungover, having stayed up far too late writing ridiculous stories on my iPhone. I'm sure these guys can help. Let's go see what they've got. Not sure about the pink Beetle, but it definitely makes a statement. But that T4 is absolutely beautiful. It's on air ride at the back and has been built by these guys here. And we've also got a T25 with a very funky caravan back on it. I like the look of that. And there's more stuff inside. So let's go and chat to the guys about what I'd like them to do with my Volvo. Full-length ragtop going in my Volvo. That's exciting, isn't it? Look at that. It's ridiculous, isn't it? That's brilliant. Okay, right. It's not raining now, but I best go get a roof put on it. Thank you very much, sir. We'll be back to do the race car next. Wicked.
5 minutes later.
Phase 2 on my Volvo V70 California build. I said to Lee, do you know anyone that does like a tarpaulin roof? And the clue's in the name, Tarpaulin Repair Services. So it's now Thursday. I've just collected the car from Lee. I've driven down here and the guys have said, oh, we're a bit busy, but I've managed to talk them into doing it today. So I'm gonna leave the car with them and they're gonna build me a roof, which is fantastic. I can't say how much I appreciate the fact that they're doing this today on the day. So they're gonna crack on. I think John's gonna get it all measured up and we're gonna have a press stud tarpaulin roof put on for my V70 California. I can't remember the last time I was this excited about a car. It's gonna be brilliant. Right, I'm going to the pub. We'll be back in a bit.
3 hours later.
And only 1 pint, to be fair, on my side. But it's done. We have a tarpaulin press stud fit roof made for my Volvo V70 California. So quite simply, it is a bunch of press studs and some tarp. So we have effectively got a rag top. Now, it's a cheap and easy solution. So we will put a bow across the middle when I put the headlining back in to give the shape back to the roof. But essentially, that's all done. So that is my V70 California. The next step is to go and buy some badges, because obviously now that it's a V70 California, one of one, I'll have you know, it does clearly need a clean, and it needs a little C here, doesn't it, for California. A V70 C California, and then I'll get some text done underneath there to say California. There's a couple of other things I've got planned for it as well, in terms of the styling of the V70 California. But for now, I'm going to drive home with the roof out, because there's still some work for me to do on the inside. But the important thing for me today was getting the roof done. So it's tight, and it will be tight because it's fresh, but it does peel off. That's the plan anyway. But obviously these press studs have just been done, so it's all very tight. Tight like a tiger. Right, I'm gonna go learn the technique for getting my roof off.
A few minutes later.
First drive in the California with the roof on. And despite the fact that, you know, the old thing of measure twice, cut once, I measured these 3 times and still got them wrong. My bows don't work, but amazingly, the roof works really well. And it seems like it's not billowing, it's not blowing in the wind. And it seems like the air pressure pushes the roof downwards, not upwards. And there's, like, if I put my hand there, I can't actually feel any air coming in from the front. It's almost like I've built a thing that's really good. Yes, the roof still needs a bit of work. Yes, I've got to work on the seals. Yes, I've got to sort out the edging. But I'm really pleased with this.
You join us outside Marks and Spencer's, where of course Geoff is filing down the convertible Volvo. Because why wouldn't you?
I'm just doing a bit of filing.
Just file it away.
Just a bit of filing.
People are passing us going, there's a big hole in our roof.
What's he doing standing in the middle?
Why is he standing in the middle? Obviously we've been to Halfords and we got ourselves a file. And now Geoff is just filing away.
The following Thursday.
This is the Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show, and I am showing my Volvo V70 California and my touring car here. So, now that I've got a cup of coffee, why don't I show you around both the cars. Let's go and have a look. This video has been a long time coming because I've been working on the car, both cars actually, to get them ready for the show. So I haven't shot much film and I haven't edited very much because I wanted to get them on display today. They are now here and displayed. So let's start with the California. So it is a Volvo V70 T5 with 199,000 miles on the clock and an engine that I am told is goosed. It's got low compression across the cylinders and it has very bad paint, as you can see. So the bonnet is all lacquer peeled, the back is all lacquer peeled, and the bumpers as well were absolutely shocking. I painted the bumpers last week with high coat gloss black spray paint. That was done on my driveway in the sunshine. So basically I got this car because someone said to me, can you do something cool with this car because I don't want to see it scrapped. I knew of the car anyway because the owner is Tom and Sam from Sam's T5 Story, and last year I lent them the touring car to run around in for a little while. They also ended up with, when they needed a car for a little while, the Citroen Zara Picasso that I turned into a sand pit, so they had that. So when I went to collect this car, all the sand that came out of the Picasso was right behind it. I drove it then over to Malvern and took it to Dub Shop Automotive and said to them, can you chop a big hole in the roof? So that's what they did. The hole was cut by Lee at Dub Shop. Then I drove it to a place called Tarpaulin Repair Services, also not far from Malvern. And I said to them, do you think you could make a convertible roof for a Volvo V70? And they said, what? And this was on the Thursday. And then they said, yeah, I think we can probably get it done by next Tuesday. I said, could you do it in like a couple of hours? So they did. So it has a roll top, one piece, sort of a button down tarpaulin roof. Now this is the same material that goes on the side of those taut liner lorries, and it is, you would not believe, amazingly waterproof. So what happens is, as the airflow goes over the car, it seems to push the tarpaulin down onto the seal and water doesn't actually flow in. Now on Thursday the weather was unbelievably horrendous. It was like a horrendous rainstorm driving here, and I was thinking I was going to get soaked, but I absolutely didn't. I was very surprised. Even the guys that built the roof were surprised at how well it works. So total costs on this car, 450 quid for the car, mates rates, 80 quid to chop the hole in the roof, 120 pound for the canvas roof, and then 30 quid's worth of stickers and a few bits and bobs, basically less than £1,000. And here it is on display at the Practical Classics Restoration Show. So that's what I like. That's what Geoff Buys Cars is all about. I then knocked up this little Volvo advertisement for the California edition, and it is actually fooling people, which is quite funny. People are sort of walking up to it like it's an actual Volvo special edition, which it's not. It's a naff, broken old Volvo that barely made it here. Can I just clarify that as well? I genuinely thought this car was going to break down on the motorway on the way here. It was coughing, it was spluttering, and I just thought, I'm going to end up getting towed into the NEC on the back of a tow truck. So this is an end-of-life car. It will be broken after this show, but what a lot of fun. It is just genuinely a bit of fun. You can see I've got my badges on there as well. And then on the back, we've got the V70C for California. And the T5 badge. And then I've got California Republic badge as well. So there we go. That is the V70 T5 California. And I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest. I'm quite proud of my paintwork on the bumpers as well. I've never really done a large painted panel, so I was pretty pleased with that.
Early the next morning.
Good morning. So we're at the show again today. People were moaning about the lacquer peel on the bonnet, but I wouldn't have thought it would be a problem. See what I did there? Wouldn't have thought it would be a problem. So I've spent all night making a wooden bonnet for the car out of the wife's kitchen top, and I used the coffee table as well. So there we go. The V70 California now has a wooden bonnet, and to be honest, all you vinyl people that know stuff about wrapping cars in vinyl, I don't know what all your trouble is about. The trick is, if you just cut them into smaller pieces, it's much easier to do. And then if you wrap it on a car that's already got bad paint, and then all you need to do is use a Stanley knife and just cut all the bubbles out. There's a little bit of creasing, I'm not going to lie, but I wasn't going for a show quality finish. It's not like this is a show car, is it? Well, it is today. Anyway, that took me about 2 hours, and I honestly thought it was only going to take me about half an hour. It takes ages wrapping vehicles. It looks really good though. I'm really pleased with it. You wouldn't have believed that it would look so good, would you? It does actually work really well. YouTube's most boring car channel.